Morning, guys. Morning. Top of the morning. We got to get out here and set up that cell builder, starter finisher colony that we set out there the other day, about 4 days ago. So I'm in here getting a few things ready. We're gonna put our grafting frame down in there, let them clean up them cups. I'm only putting in 15 cells. I got the frame set up for 30, but I'm only going to put in 15. No need in getting crazy with it. This is the last graft of the year. My first and last. I've been doing all walk-away all summer. And producing very nice queens. Very nice queens. If you set them up right the way I've showed you in the past, you will get some very nice queens. But I'm going to start fooling around with grafting again, getting back into that. And right now, you're wondering what all this crazy noise is I'm making. It's this. These are some frames that Tim gave me. They're Man Lake, all plastic. They do have wax on them from the factory, but as far as I'm concerned, not enough. So you just take a chunk of wax, bar wax, whatever, and you put it on there and give it the sniff test. Oh God, that smells good, guys. That fresh beeswax on a frame, God, is it good. It is good. So what we're going to need to do is take another 5-frame box and set it on top of this one, and we're going to move one of those frames that's full of sealed brood. They're all hatching by now. They're starting to hatch, and we should have a fairly nice fat nook out there. And so I need space down below for our grafting cell cups frame. So we're going to move one upstairs. We're going to move one frame upstairs, but it's a 5-frame box, so we're going to fill it out with these plastics, and we're going to put that one right dead center, the one I bring up. And then we're going to leave those in there. Leave that in there for 24 hours. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back and pull it out and do our graft. And then I'm going to put it back downstairs, and so they'll be in there for 10 days. So that's the plan. Let's get out here in the back in the bee yard and get this job done. Okay, here's my little grafting frame here, and you'll see what I did here. I put nails. I put these little blocks on here, so I could put another bar in here, and if you choose a deep frame, you could actually put 3 runs of these on. That's a JZBZ bar, JZBZ cups, and you'll notice I put a little extra wax in here. I've got a little crock pot, a little miniature crock pot, and don't get any wax up in the cups here, just along the edge. Take a paintbrush and designate it just for this, and get that and melt a little on there. Just stir these things up a little bit for you. And you'll notice this comes out this way. This comes out this way here, and you'll see I put a nail in back here so it doesn't fall out the back side. Okay, so that's the reason I did that. And they just slide in here like this. You just push them down in, just like that, and it holds it in there. Just be careful when you pick these up and all. Of course, when you graft, you're going to bring it out to the hive like this. You graft with a damp towel over it, and set it to where you won't jar it, knock it over. This is fragile. And then when you go to insert it, just slowly rotate it like this, your grafts, and slide it down in. Yep. That's that. So I'm going to set that over here. I've got these plastics in here, and we're going to take one frame out of the dead center of this, And what I've got to do in this colony is look this over very good, because we put We put these bees in here the other day. I tried to go for as solid brood as I could. There's one frame in there. I think I put it toward the center. I'll have to find it again. It had brood in it, but it also had a nice band of honey and had some pollen down the bottom. That's going to go next to my graft in here. But I want 24 hours on this frame over here so they can spit, shine, and polish those cups. Some guys don't do it at all. They just slap it in, slap the grafts in and let them go for it. But I've done it. I've let them do the 24-hour polish job on them. And I don't know, it seems to have pretty good success. Plus, that frame is warmed up too to this hive temperature. When I put those grafts down in there, it's warmed up to this hive temperature. Now you could go ahead and put that in your incubator if you wanted to skip this step. Put that in your incubator and it will be warmed up to the proper hive temperature and then install it. But I'm going to go this way and let them do their thing on it. But what I was going to say is you've got to get in here. There's going to be some eggs that were in there mixed in with that sealed. We've got to go in there and look these things over very closely, because any egg in there, they're going to turn it into a queen cell, and it's going to hatch before all this other activity that we've done here is going to be for nothing. Because as soon as that queen in here has got a head start, she will hatch and go over and kill out everything that's in this hive, completely destroy it. So we've got to be pretty keen-eyed here and make sure we get every cell in here destroyed from this colony, because I want the genetics out of that hive there going into these cells. All right, so let's get set up and go for it here. Okay, I just transferred one over to the top here. It will be the top, and it's basically just stores of honey here. There's a little bit of sealed brood in here, very little. Check down at the bottom, check this frame all over. There's no queen cells on here at all. So we'll put that one dead center on that, like so. That'll take care of the top end. We got to be very careful we don't miss any queen cells on this thing at all. Got a lot of hatching brood here. Check all the corners down there. Check it over very well. Okay, we don't have anything on that. I see a little something down here. Nothing. Here's a peanut right here, guys. There's a peanut right there, and we've got 3 peanuts over on this side. And then we've got a peanut here with a little royal jelly in it. So what we're going to do here, we got a major screw up here, guys. Okay, I'll be right back. We got a major problem here. Okay, guys, I had to quickly react here and put some, that seldom happens, but that's heavy. That thing is heavy. And anyway, I chopped out those queen cells there. I don't see anything over here on this other side. But always have these rubber bands on standby for this kind of craziness, okay? Gotta go get my hive tool. I'll be right back. Let's check this one here. We have to check them all, guys. More queen cells. More queen cells. Take them out. There's another one down here. Don't miss any. More queen cells. Get rid of them. Check those edges very closely, guys. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, there's a little brood here. I'm going to slide that in. Brood and pollen there with that. In goes our grafting frame in the bottom. Always keep these rubber bands here on standby. See, these stretch out to where it'll go nicely over those frames, and you can salvage them. I'm going to save these queen cells here. We're going to dig the royal jelly out of those. Alrighty. That's looked good. Bees are pretty good temperament today. It's cloudy. It's starting to come out. Sun's starting to pop a little bit, but storm's threatening. Off and on. We should be have a day tomorrow just like this one, so that's good. All right, these girls are on autopilot till tomorrow. I'll come back in and we'll rob that frame out. We'll leave that gap open. We'll set this off the side. Get in there, grab that frame, shake the bees off, put this back on while we go in and do our grafts. I'll set that frame inside and I'll come into this colony and we'll find a select frame to graft from. Alrighty guys, I got my royal jelly here. That's what I harvested out of about 4 cells. And that's good. I got it here in the incubator. We'll keep a little damp towel over it. I've got my bottle here of distilled water. I'll leave it in the incubator so it warms up. Here's some, I found these in my collection that I used years ago, and these work pretty good. These are the mini California cages, and that cell protector goes right in the top of those things. And actually you can take a queen cell cup, pull that out, and take a little paper towel and on a cell, and you can push it right in there. It'll go right inside that and as a plug. Okay, that's that. So that's going to work out. This is my little grafting station here. My little grafting station. You can see I put 2 drywall screws here and here. That hook's there. Just put a regular half concrete block there. There it is. You can adjust this concrete block by sliding it. It's heavy. Move it back and forth wherever you want and get the angle that you like for grafting. So yeah, then you can set your grafting frame right here. I gave myself, you know, 3 inches or so. And so we can do our grafting here tomorrow and get that done. I usually store these over here like this, so it's down so the dust doesn't get in them. And I got my my wheel here from DC Gadgets. DC's Gadgets. Pull him up and you get this grafting wheel. And we're going to be grafting. See, it says graft right there. You roll it around to the 17th right there. And then it says incubate over here on 25. You're going to put it in the incubator at 25. And then it says here on the 27th, you can put it in your nuke. And right here on the 29th, she's due to hatch. So we'll put them on in. We can start incubating probably 12 or 13. I mean 25 rather. And because we started grafting on the 17th over here. So this is kind of cool. This takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to have a calendar. Just remember what day you graft. You could put a little piece of painter's tape here on the windshield or on the side of the box and write the date you grafted, and then in case you forget where you were at on this wheel, then you come over here to your wheel and decide exactly when they're going to hatch and stuff. So I got my little station set up here. She's good. This worked very good for digging out the royal jelly out of those cells, those queen cells. I had 4 that I saved, peeled the top off, then I took my grafting tool, my grafting needle, pulled that larva out and dipped that out. That's what made that amount of jelly, was just 4 of those. But that little coffee stir stick works perfectly in themselves for as a dipping tool to get that out of there. I just keep them in here. When I brush off my queen cells, usually I just use a feather. It's very delicate. Use a bee brush. Sometimes you get crazy, you can damage those cells. So you just brush them off of your cell bar. When you get it out of that hive, you're going to have bees all over it. And just do this and get them off. And then bring that frame in and put it in your incubator. So yeah, that's gonna work out fantastic, guys. We'll pull the cells out at the incubation day and stick them in the top of those you know, in those cell protectors. What we'll do, we'll pop these off. I usually take a fish fillet knife. It's got a real thin blade. You want to hang on to it, don't drop it or nothing. These are delicate. And just slowly pop these off, slide that fish fillet knife and work it under there and pull that out and stick it inside your cell protector. So that's that. We'll get into her tomorrow and get these things grafted up. And we're going to just graft 1 bar. 1 bar is all. 15 cells, and let's see how we do. You know, hopefully we'll get 10 out of the 15. That'll be plenty for this run. And because I'm hurting for a little bit of resources here, so that'll be enough. We won't get too carried away with the amount of queens we're dealing with. We've still got this this 4-celled queen bank out here, and we got those 4 virgins in there. And here in another week we're gonna need to get in there. Week and a half maybe, get in there and see if those queens are laying. If they came back, made it from their mating flight, come back. I haven't seen a lot of dragonflies out here, so hopefully we don't have an issue there. I haven't seen any bluebirds. That's usually in the spring, so that action slowed down, so maybe we'll get a good mating. I don't see the place covered up with drones though. That's the downside, but who knows. I've done a lot of queen mating in September. And I think the further you go south, the further you can get. You can probably, in Florida, you can probably get a good mating even into October, maybe even into November. I'm not sure. I've heard some of these queen breeders in Florida breeding year-round, so they have to be at the very end of the state, all the way at the end, in my opinion. But maybe not. I may be wrong. All right, guys, that's it for now. We'll see you in the morning. We'll get her done. Be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting her on. See you.